Israel's Iron Dome is taking the world by storm. It's a technology system that was designed to shoot incoming missiles out of Israeli airspace. It was commissioned by Israel's then Defence Minister a decade ago, just 1 year after the Second Lebanon War, where 4,000 Hezbollah-fired rockets rained down in northern Israel, causing deaths and mass evacuations. Now, for many years prior, thousands of projectiles were also fired into Israel from Gaza. The Iron Dome system became operational in 2011 during the 50-day 2014 Operation Protective Edge war with Gaza. More than 4,500 rockets and mortars were fired at Israeli targets. Figures show the technology has an intercept success rate of 90%. Now, the technology is beginning to gain traction overseas, moving from military application to civilian markets. In fact, one of the most recent partnerships is between New Zealand electricity and gas distribution company Vector Limited and Israel's Iron Dome technology developers, Emprest. Now, I sat down with the Emprest CEO, Natan Barak, the chairman of Vector, Michael Stiassny, as well as Andy Kay, the president of Our Crowd, which is the organisation which engineered the partnership. Take a listen. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We'll start with you, Natan, being the technology expert and the technology developer here. Talk us through how the system actually works.
Well, what we do is we are gathering a lot of information from many sensors, and we have less than a second to first of all decide whether it's the data that's coming from the sensor, is it our own airplane, our own UAVs, or is it a rockets? If it is a rocket, we try to predict where the rocket is going to fall. If it's falling in a protected area, what we do, we create hundreds of solutions and pick the best solution, looking at the whole perspective, trying to avoid a case where one interception will interfere with the other interception. And for all these processes, we have a very, very short time. So, in fact, what we are dealing with is a real-time big data analytics, like I believe no one else has. This kind of so much information in so short time. We are using this technology in air defense in many countries, many other countries. We just won with Rafael a big contract with Great Britain air defense system. So this system and byproduct of what we have done with the Iron Dome is already installed in many other countries, doing many other things.
Right, and then how can this military technology be converted to civilian markets?
Well, Emprest is specializing and started long before Iron Dome. We are specializing in creating command control systems which are capable of integrating millions of sensors and processing huge amount of data in very high speed. So we are using the same platform in border control and air defense in many, many other applications. We have started from the defense, but we have transformed all this technology for commercial application, like vehicle fleet management. Ituran is well known here and in many other countries in the world. It's our command control system. We have done the Israel Electrical Command Control System, the Israel Water Utility Company, Mekorot, and many, many other applications. And the beauty is that on the same platform, we are running so many applications, which means that our platform is very flexible, is very robust. We don't have to use different applications for different verticals.
Right. And Michael, to you, why did Vector seek out Emprest services?
Well, it was very simple. We came here on an innovation study tour. We were looking for someone specifically who understood Internet of Things. Went to our friends at Our Crowd and said, do you know anyone? And we met Emprest. Out of all the people we met, in our view, Emprest were ahead of the market. They were adaptable, and it made sense for us, therefore, to do a deal with them. The importance of the product to us is very simple. Electricity is going through major change. The United Kingdom, Australia, prices are going through the roof. There are major issues. And if you want to stay alive in that business, you need to become very consumer-focused.
How much of a difference will this make to the average New Zealander? How will the technology actually be used?
If we were to look forward, this will allow our consumers to decide what they do with the electricity from their electric car. They could sell it to someone else. We'll have peer-to-peer trading. we will be able to move electricity from your battery in your house, the battery down the street, your car, hot water. All of those things will be able to be managed efficiently to maximise return to the consumer, but also to allow us to do our job more efficiently. The world is
certainly changing. Andy, to you, we know that Our Crowd is the largest Israeli VC investor in Australia, raising $100 million in the region. Somebody might ask, I suppose, what Israeli companies are seeking in Australia besides good beer and good surf, which we know exists there in abundance. But what's the real answer?
The real answer is that, first of all, we're connecting between Israeli companies and Australian and New Zealand investors. As part of that, we're also connecting between corporations that want to work with us in order to gain access to technology. And we found in Australia an ideal market where Israeli companies can definitely commercialize their applications. It is far, but it's a great environment, and we're sending several of our portfolios. We're assisting them to go and do business in Australia and New Zealand, and this is an excellent example of that happening.
Certainly. And just finally to you, Natan, how significant is this technology in terms of an economic benefit to Israel? I understand a deal has also been signed recently with New York.
Yeah, we have already in production in New York. It's operational in many transformers all around New York. Vector is leading in the clean energy markets and in smart energy, what we call. And we believe that together with them, we are going to come up with the best solution to try to manage all those renewable resources of energy, clean energy, and so on. So we found a partner which has the vision to aim high and think big. And right now, after meeting many other utilities companies, I'll tell you, we've found the best partner from our point of view, which really thinks very high. And we believe that we are going to win the market with regard to what we call DERMS, distributed electrical resource management, and other aspects of managing the smart grid and smart energy.
Right, we're certainly proving to be a giant in this arena. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.